everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, and I know I may get a lot of new viewers because of this video, because these type of videos do get around fast. But if you are new, hi, my name is Ashley Nicole, and today, as you can see by this title, I'm going to be talking to y'all about my journey through CDL school. Yeah, it was a short but very long, stressful journey. So if y'all want to see everything that okay, truck, you being real disrespectful. We'll just wait for you, boo. Okay, like, bro, leave already. What are you doing? If y'all want to see, if y'all want to hear about my journey through CDL school in Alabama, then keep watching. So, okay, y'all. I finished. It's actually, today is August 13th, and I finished school July 29th. I believe that's when I graduated. Not really graduated, but I got my certificate of completion. Yeah. But I'm going to go down like a timeline and tell y'all everything. Now, disclaimer, I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Disclaimer one, every state is possibly different. I went to CDL school in Alabama near my hometown. Well, not my hometown, because I'm originally from Chicago, but my hometown, which is in Mobile, Alabama. I went there, and everybody, regardless of the city you live in Alabama or the state you live in, all of that jazz, every school is different. Their learning technique are different, how they teach you is different, everything is different. So yeah. So the school that I went to, I would not be naming it, but it is in Summerdale, Alabama. For legal reasons, I don't want to say their name. They are privately owned, and they're not through the state, so I don't feel comfortable saying it, even though I don't have anything bad to say about it, really. So I went to CDL school in Summerdale, Alabama. That's about 45 minutes from Mobile, which that was a drive. Okay, we're gonna start off with me registering to go to CDL school. So I did save for CDL school just in case I couldn't get state assistance. State assistance is far as WIOA. I don't know about everywhere else, but it's called WIOA. No, I do not know what it stands for. I just know that it's government assistance, and the state will pay for you to go to school, CDL school. I was not qualified for it, and when I left my job, luckily I did save a long term of money, so I can't go to CDL school just in case stuff like this would happen. So the first school that I wanted to go to was actually about 10 minutes from my house, and they was playing games and they were full. They wanted to register me for October classes of this year, October 2019. That's too far away, and it was already I want to say like towards the end of June when I was looking for a school. So what ended up happening was I was looking online to see if I could find any schools that were around the area or just a little closer, that was driving distance, that wasn't super far away. And luckily I found the school that I graduated from, that I attended. And I called. She was so sweet. She was the assistant. She was everything. She was the administrative assistant, the career advisor. She was everything. So I was talking to her. I went up there that same day, and basically, backstory. Well, you don't really need this per se unless it's WIOA, but I had it because I thought I was going to be able to do WIOA. Hint, make sure you are able to get WIOA before you go get your DOT physical. I believe it means Department of Transportation physical. You're going to need that if you are driving a truck. and if you are planning on getting your permit. Without that, you can't do nothing, because that shows that you are in good health to drive a truck, and it shows that you are drug free as well. Also, you will have that on you with your permit and your license, but also when you get hired on with different trucking companies, they will have their own DOT physicals that you will have to take as well. So be mindful of that. And I paid out of pocket for mine. So, well, you in Alabama, I had to pay for it. But yeah, whatever. But anyway, when I went up there, I was talking to her. She was telling me all the information that I need to know to do the truck driving school. And all she needed was my driver's license, my current driver's license that I had. Depending on what class, it does not matter. You needed that. I was paying. I was self-paid. I paid for it. I signed a few things of paperwork, and she gave me the date I was starting, which was July 8th, I believe. That was that Monday after the 4th of July. So, fast forward to getting accepted, all that stuff. The first day of school, y'all. Okay, the first day of school, that first whole week, that Monday through that Friday, all the students who attended the CDL school, we had to be there from 7 in the morning to 5 at night. The reason why it was so long, and the second and third week I'm going to tell you too why it was so long, because you have to have a certain amount of hours of training in order to get your license, your actual CDL license. So yeah, it was a really long time. I was there all day. Like my whole 3 weeks there was basically, that school was my life for 3 weeks. When everybody got there that Monday morning, first day of school, he was already BS. It wasn't major, but I really wish what I'm about to tell y'all didn't happen. Okay, so we all got there, we all standing outside, whatever. You know, some people conversing and everything or whatever, and everybody just looking at each other crazy. So I thought I was gonna be the only female. Luckily I wasn't. So when I got there and I walked up, then everybody else started pulling up, and it was 2 more women, and I was just like, okay, so is this a few of us? Okay. But everybody else was all men. But they was mainly, the whole class was around my age. So, well, I'm about to be 26 in September, so everybody was around my age, which I thought it was gonna be way more older people, but it was actually a lot of people my age, and it was a few older people as well, like in their 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So our class was really, really close. As far as like, everybody was real cool with each other. We all helped each other out if we needed it. Like, we was like this. We all got there. We was just standing there waiting on our instructor and stuff. And our instructor, shout out to him, with them bag of Cheetos almost every day. So him, he pulled up. We couldn't go in the classroom yet. We had to wait on the actual owner of the CDL trucking school to come, because something happened with the AC over the weekend before school started. So everybody came, all the other instructors came, including the ones for the outside driving maneuvers and stuff. I'll let y'all know what maneuvers mean in a minute if y'all don't know. But everybody was just standing around, and it was just like, what's taking so long? It was way after 7 o'clock too. So the owner ended up saying we may not have class due to the fact that the AC was broke, and it was broken over the weekend, and he was going to call everybody, but when he found out, it was probably 30 minutes before school started. If I was him, I still would have called everybody. I could have turned around. A lot of people who came from like different states, like who came from all over, like one of my friends now, what up, Lita? She came from Florida, somebody else, a few people came from Birmingham, somebody came from Montgomery. It's like all these people, they came from different parts of Alabama and other states as well that were close by to come to the school, but they were staying at a hotel. It was a little distance from the school too, but I think me and somebody else, we were the furthest away from the school. So I still would have like called, just been like, hey, give me a heads up. If you're on the way, you can go ahead and turn around, blah, 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 blah. Just come back Tuesday at 7 in the morning. Cool, bam, boo, bam, third, right? We all end up leaving, and they was like, just come back tomorrow. So that low-key blew me, because that was a whole trip in gas I could have saved. So the next day, that Tuesday, everybody came back in. The AC was working though. We came in, and it was like we missed a day's worth of work, like a whole day worth of classroom work for week 1 to study for our permit test. Sorry y'all, my book is a little beat up. This is how good I was studying. We took this. It says Georgia, but the school that I went to, they teamed up with a school in Georgia. So yeah, and it was a lot of stuff, as y'all can see. A lot of highlighting, a lot of notes, a lot of everything. And it's like we had to end up cramming Mondays and that day on Tuesdays work in one session. Granted, it's from 7 to 5, but it was so much stuff. Like, we were working non-stop, taking practice tests to make sure we was ready and we knew we was looking for and talking about and know what to do and all this stuff. Baby, everybody was mad low-key, because it was so much that you had to cram in, and I was just like, bro, how am I supposed to know all this stuff? And they talking about we supposed to test for our permit at the DMV Thursday, and if we wasn't ready, we could take it Friday. Yeah. If you failed both days, you'll have to take it that Monday. And that Monday, for the week 2, we were going outside, so we had to have our permits by then, and you had to have your permit in Alabama for 14 days before you could take your CDL test, or you cannot test. Now, mind you, if you get it that Monday, when your 3 weeks of school is up, you would have to stay another week just so you can have enough time to have your permit and then take your CDL test. Then they have to go get an examiner and make sure they can come and test you. So it was a whole lot. But overall, everything was cool. Now Thursday, y'all, I ain't even gonna stunt. Everybody was like really nervous. Well, some people was really nervous. I definitely was nervous because I don't like failing, and that really bothers me. So it's like I had everything down packed. Now what I am going to tell you, I'm not sure, but I think everybody has to know this to get their permit, or just Alabama, I don't know. You're taking 3 tests. You have to know general knowledge, which is a busload of questions. That's like the longest test at the DMV. Air brakes and combination vehicles. You have to know all 3 of those, and you have to pass all 3 of those tests in order to get your permit. Now, say for example, if you fail one test, say if you pass like 1 or 2 tests and you failed the 3rd one, you don't have to worry about those 2 tests that you passed. You just have to pass that one that you failed. Cool. And it's like I was studying so hard. It's like I was so tired. I don't know what was going on, but I was extremely tired. Man. And it was like trying to stay up and studying. Girl, man, whoever watching this, it will stress you out. Okay? That Thursday, I felt like I was ready. I knew, it's like you know everything, but then once that test is in front of you, your mind, just everything, your brain ain't, it's just like your brain ain't there. So, I ain't gonna stunt, I ain't gonna flip. I ended up failing all 3 of my tests. And I don't know if y'all ever felt like you failed as a person. Like, really, like hit you really hard, but that hit me really hard because one, I paid all my money to come here. I paid all my money to come here to this school. I've been studying my butt off. I know everything, but as soon as I took that test, it was like, what is it? I ended up failing that Thursday, and I was like really butthurt. I was really butthurt. I was so hurt, and I felt like I worked super hard. Like, I was trying so hard not to cry or like shed a few tears. So when I failed my first test, I think it was general knowledge. It was like after that, I couldn't focus for the other two tests, and it was like I had to pause. They give you an option to pause the test. I literally had to pause, breathe, and gather myself before I went in to take the other test, but I still didn't look up. So when I left out that DMV and I got outside, it was like some other people was outside already, and I was kind of cool with everybody. So it was like you could tell on my face, like, okay, what's wrong with her? Outside, everybody looking at me, and I was like, nah, I ain't passed, man. And I was so mad. I was more mad than sad because I felt like I worked so hard for that. And then it was like, as I was walking, so I go sit down, it was like little drippets out my eyes start to come out, and everybody was like, no, man, you good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I was just like, forget it. I'm gonna just go back to the school. I'm gonna study some more and call it a day. Went back to school. We studied some more, and we were supposed to go back to DMV that Friday morning, take the test. I passed air brakes, which is one of the hardest tests. Everybody says it's hard to pass. I passed air brakes first, and I passed combination vehicles. The only thing I failed was general knowledge, and I was going to take that after 12:30 when they came back from lunch. So came back from lunch, y'all, I was on that test. They give you an hour for the test. I was literally there for 55 minutes because I wanted to make sure everything was right. Everything was right. But if you fail a certain amount, they automatically gonna kick you out the test anyway, and you fail. But y'all, I asked the last question, and it said in that green pass. I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Ew. Y'all, I could not be so happy. Oh my God. So that was week 1, and it was like everybody passed on that Friday. One of the guys, he was Snapchatting me. He was like, did you pass? Did you pass? What you did? Where y'all at? Da, 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 da. I told him I passed. Hey. So yeah. But after I failed that Thursday, I was like, no, cause forget the school. Give me the actual DMV book. But I ain't even paying attention to this book. I just went back, studied everything that I took notes on and stuff, and ended up passing again. So, but end up, okay, week 2 and 3, this is when you were outside. So, basically, week 2 and 3, you were there from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you're there for a total of 11 hours. Like I said, you have to have a certain amount of hours when you get your permit in order to get your CDL license. So week 1, we just went over pre-trip. Your pre-trip, you have pre-trip. Well, in Alabama, I don't know how everybody else is, but pre-trip A, B, C, and D. A is the front of your tractor. It's also the under the hood. It's a lot of stuff under the hood, y'all. That Monday, no, I didn't really, honestly, I wasn't really focused on the pre-trip, and I should have been more focused on that week 2 than week 3 before we tested that Saturday on week 3. But by the grace of God, I knew everything. So I started practicing pre-trip the end of week 2, because I was just like, as he was our outside instructor, well, the manager for outside was showing us everything on pre-trip A, B, and C. Oh my God. I was just like, I might need to be a mechanic, don't I? Like, how am I supposed to know all this in a week before I test? Like, it's impossible, bro. Like, it's impossible. So it was like, he let us record him and all that stuff. We couldn't put it on social media. So, but there is a video from that school on there that helped me. Without that video, I probably wouldn't even have my CDLs right now, to be honest. But it did really help me. Then pre-trip B starts, goes all the way from your mirrors all the way to the back of the tractor, not the trailer. Then C, pre-trip C is from your bulkhead of your trailer all the way to the back of your trailer. And pre-trip D is literally front to back, pre-trip A, B, and C. So yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened while I was testing. After each pre-trip, whether it's A, B, C, or yeah, if you either get A, B, or C, you must do your coupling system after each pre-trip. That any pre-trip that you are assigned to, that is a must. You must know your coupling system. If not, then you automatically fail, because that's a big chunk of your score. Every day he gave us a new pre-trip. So that Monday we did pre-trip A, B Tuesday, D, C on Wednesday, and so forth and so on. And then every day after that, we just was practicing pre-trip for an hour before we start going into our maneuvers and stuff, because they got the school on it. So basically, they gave us this worksheet, and it started off, of course, with the tractor. It tells you everything that you need to know for it's under the hood, like your water pump, what's gear driven, what's belt driven, your oil fill tool, your oil dipstick, from your brake chambers and your slack adjusters and push rods, baby, everything. Your lower and your upper radio, your lower and your upper radiator hose, till you wash your windshield fluid and your coolant reservoir and all, baby, it's just so much that you're gonna need to know. But this is what my school taught me. Now every school is going to be different. Your maneuvers. Now we started maneuvers in week 2 as well as with the pre-trip. So maneuvers that you are going to have to do, well, the DMV told us we had to do, was 3 of them. You had to do a straight back, which is like this. You're going to also have to do your offset. And the kicker, you're going to have to do your 90s. 90s, me and 90s was about to fight. We was about to throw them hands for real, because 90s, ooh, girl. But I feel like if you know how to do a straight back, you can do your offset in your 90s. Your 90s, if you can't get right, like Radio, the movie did, you gonna have to work on that. So it was like we always we all broke up into 3 groups. The way they split it up is those who had their permits already, those who used to drive trucks, and those who can drive manual. This school offered no restrictions, so we did everything manual. No automatic transmission, none of that. So that was a big perk for me. Never drove stick before, so I was excited to learn anyway. So they split us up into 3 groups. The first group was basically the advanced group, those who already drove trucks before and all that, and drove manual transmission before, and the school had to break that habit, because if you already drove stick, you can create bad habits. So that was one. The other one, the middle, I think it was just them knowing how to drive manually and trying to break that habit out of them, because it's different in a truck. And then you had my group, which we didn't know nothing. And it was a few of us. I think it was about 6 of us. Everybody else, they deep off. I think the middle group was way more people than the first and my group. So yeah, my group, we didn't know how to drive manual. We didn't know how to do nothing. We just here my group was cool. Like, we was real cool. It was funny. So what ended up happening is each day, like every other day, we'll do a new maneuver, or the instructor felt like we weren't all ready yet, he'll ask us and talk to us, hey, do y'all feel comfortable with this maneuver, so we can move on to the next one. If not, they are very, very, very patient with you as well. So I really love that about the school. They were really patient. Now, skip to week 3. Week 3, oh my god, it was the most stressful week of my life, because it was like, this week you had to do your evaluations, which we did them on Thursday. Your instructor, who you were assigned to in that group, just wants to make sure that you know what you were doing, you felt like you were ready and comfortable, and everything was cool. Now me, I was good on my maneuvers. The only thing I really needed to worry about is my pre-trips, my in-cab inspection, my service and tug test, and my pump down test. Those were the only things that I need to know, and we didn't start working on the in-cab, pump down, service and tug test until week 3. So I already had to stress about all that stuff, but the only thing I was good with was my maneuvers. Sometimes it was like with the night, the only thing I had a problem with off and on was my 90s, which I ended up getting it right, getting it good, and I was straight. But y'all, so that Monday, my classmate, who I'm cool with, Jelena, what up girl, if you watching this? So me and her, we always used to talk a lot and just talk about random stuff, and if we needed help with everything, we was good doing that. So she told me, like, I kept telling her, like, bro, how am I supposed to know all this stuff by Saturday? It's Monday, bro. She ended up telling me she found a video that somebody had posted from the school when somebody previously attended, and it was one of the instructors who used to work there, and it was like, he broke it down so simple and clear to where I could understand. And how I learned is, if it's a video like that, everything that the person is saying, I write it down and I can remember it like that. So I write it down one time and I don't have to look back at it no more. That's how I learn, and I'm a visual learner, so yeah. So what ended up happening was, I watched all 4 videos, pre-trip A, B, C, pump down, tug test, service brake test, and the in-cab inspection, all of it. When I tell y'all, I was watching that video from Monday to maybe Tuesday, a little bit of Wednesday, and I could tell you every pre-trip by Thursday, and in-cab inspection, tug test, service brake test, and the pump down as well. Y'all would have been, what girl? How? Like, that was so much information to soak up, so much. Plus, you had to learn how to drive. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, starting in week 2 as well, like the middle of week 2, we did start taking one of the road trucks on the road, and they taught us how to change gears. Sorry y'all, sorry. They taught us how to change gears and all that stuff, which I didn't know it was that easy. Like, because of that, I want a manual car now. Girl, you pushing it. Yeah, like, it was so much easier, and it was like, after getting used to switching gears and stuff, I started to like feel way more comfortable, and everything just started coming naturally. So yeah, but when we did the road test and we switching gears and shifting gears and stuff, we didn't have a trailer on our back. So when on week 3, when we did our actual road test with another road truck and a trailer on it, we was down this express highway. I was like, boy, I don't know if I can do this. And it's like, you gotta watch your trailer. Make sure your trailer don't go all over the place, and you stay in your lane and don't hit nobody, don't hit no poles. When you're turning, you gotta wide turn, you gotta do this and all that. You gotta downshift and all that stuff. Tap the gas to downshift and pull the lever up. When you going in the 6 speed, you start at 4 speed. It was just a lot, but it came naturally, and I eventually got it just like that. So that was cool too. So that Thursday, we had every morning after we do our pre-trips, and all the instructors get there at 7. We do the pre-trip for 1 hour from 6 to 7. Then 7 o'clock, everybody meet back up under the canopy in the middle, and we had our little meetings before we go on our groups and do what we need to do, right? So this day, it was on Thursday. It was Wednesday. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Because this was 4 Thursdays. So what they did was, they said they were going to try to get an examiner to come out on Thursday to test a few people who felt like they were confident enough and ready to take their CDL test to get it over with. I didn't raise my hand because I wasn't sure because of my 90s. Everything else was a breeze. It was just my 90 maneuver that I was worried about. So one of the instructors, real cool, former police officer, whatever, he was like, Ashley, you feel like you're ready? And I was like, no, not my maneuvers, not yet. No. He was like, well, I'm gonna put your name down, and I know you can do it. You're gonna do your evaluation today to see if you are ready, and you're gonna come back to me, you're gonna let me know, and I'm gonna do a practice test with you right then and there. And I was like, okay. So I did my evaluations, and I don't know why I was so nervous, like if it was actually an examiner testing me. I did okay on my offset and my straight back. Of course, when I got to that 90, I was just like, woo, I don't know, son, I don't know. But I passed every evaluation except for my 90 maneuver, and I told them, I was just like, look, I need some more time. I'ma just wait to test Saturday like we planned on it. They was like, okay, cool, no pressure, no none of that. We just know how hard you work, and we know you can do it, and you are confident in yourself. It's just you need to be focused on that 90. Cool. Y'all, so Friday came, we were still practicing and everything was cool. So Saturday came, and it was time to take the CDL test. The lady I had was amazing. She was so sweet. Oh my gosh, she was so sweet, man. Just know, I was the second person to go. They split us up into 2 groups. A few people had a man, and a few of us had the woman examiner. I had the woman examiner, thank God, because that man, I don't know what he was on, but baby. But anyway, so after the first person went, I was going. Now she made me do pre-trip D, which is the entire thing. Now I will tell you, when I walked up to her and she called my name, my stomach dropped to my my stomach dropped to my ass, and I just felt like I was just getting really overwhelmed, and my anxiety was going through the roof. It ain't never ever been that bad. I don't have bad anxiety or nothing, but that day I did, to the point my eyes was about to start watering, like I was about to cry. So she prayed with me, and she was just like, you got this, you good, and take your time, we ain't in no rush, we got all day. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she was like, now I'm gonna make you do pre-trip D, because I know by looking at you I can tell your potential, and I know you can do it. Girl, when I tell you, I started from the front of that tractor and ended up behind the trailer, did the entire thing. I only missed 1 or 2 things. I missed the braking system right in front of the trailer, and I missed something else. I forgot, but it went over my head because I was so nervous. So I just breezed my way through. Started with the front, ended up at the coupling system to the back, all the way to the back of the trailer. So I was good, but I passed. So then she wanted me to do my in-cab inspection, my tug test, my service brake test, and my pump down. Passed that with flying colors. Then she wanted me to do my maneuvers. Y'all, I did my straight back and my offset with no problem. When I got to my 90s, I didn't think about it. And my main problem was I was thinking about it too much, to the point I started sweating too bad because it was already hot and ain't no air in those trucks when you was practicing. So I did my 90 with no problem. And I was just like, y'all, it was like a big weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I couldn't help but to say thank you, Jesus, because all that stressing I did just to get this far, y'all just don't even know the half. So after I passed everything, I went and go sat down, because after she finished everybody with all of that, then we all do our road test, where you do your railroad and your railroad tracks, your road, switching lanes, shifting, downshifting, switching gears, all that stuff. We do that last. My main concern was passing that pre-trip. Once you pass one point, so for example, just like the test, so say if I passed my pre-trip, but I failed my in-cab inspection, you can't go no further. You have to come back and test another time when they can get an examiner out so you can test again. When I come back and test, I don't have to worry about my pre-trip because I already took it and I passed it. It's already in the system. So I have to start off with my in-cab inspection, my tug test, service brake test, and my pump down, then my maneuvers, then my road test. So after I passed all that stuff, did my road test, I aced it. Like, when we pulled back up to the school, she was just like, well, you passed. Now you can stop stressing. You can get that worriness look off your face. Y'all, I wanted to break down and cry. I was like, cause bro, I didn't came a long way. You can ask everybody. Well, you can ask a few particular people that I was real close to at that school, and they'll tell you, like, I was doubting myself at one point. I feel like I couldn't do it. Was this really, like, CDL school made me think, is this really for me? Pretty girls can do it too. He said, what? So yeah, man, I was so happy. And then after that, I went to the DMV that Monday, got my license, my temporary license. Gave them a copy of it, got my certificate. I was at the door, and that was it. The administrative advisor that I told y'all about, who was the assistant for everything, career advisor, everything, she emailed me a list of jobs and all that stuff that I can apply for that will take CDL grad students, yeah, and all that stuff. That's another story. But I do work for a training company now, and I'm excited. I'm not telling y'all the name though, but I'm really excited. I'm leaving next month. Woo, y'all, like, man. Y'all just don't know the half. Y'all just don't know the half, man. But I am nervous because I will be by myself, going solo, and woo, yeah, man. It was a long journey, but nigga, we made it. So yeah, I had a lot of support on the way. A lot of BS happened while I was in school, on top of the stress I was already having. And I was just like, look, I can't deal with all this right now, for real. So yeah, but I passed, and then that's worry about for now. And I ended up getting my hard copy license yesterday in the mail, so I was too hyped about that. But yeah, A few people at that school did doubt me because I'm the pretty girl. I was a pretty girl at the school, and I was just like, what that mean? Just because I have my nails done, I don't look like your average truck driver, doesn't mean anything. I can drive the shit out of a truck. Okay? Don't do me, boo-boo. Don't do me. But yeah, man, I hope I helped y'all as much as I could. If you got any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I can do a CDL Q&A on my channel as well. And if y'all want me to go more in depth about trucking and stuff, like with school and all that, let me know. But I would like to do a Q&A of CDL. So if y'all got any questions, feel free to ask them down below in the comment section. I'll make a whole different video about it. Or you can follow my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter. Everything will be down below. Ashley, you can't talk today. It'll be down below in the description box. So I hope this was very informational for y'all. I wanted to give y'all my journey, tell y'all about it, tell y'all everything I went through and all that stuff. And I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. There's a lot of talking, but you clicked this video because you wanted to know, so yeah. But other than that, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye. Trucking life.